Hi everyone, for today's video, I just wanted to show you how you can set up and start this Vevor Plate Compactor tool. So I purchased this from Amazon and it actually came in this box right there, and you can see the box is actually damaged. The equipment looks okay, so I accepted the shipment and hopefully this thing did not get any damage. This thing came with the compactor, the handle tool, and manuals and some of the screws to install the handle. So let's go ahead and put the handle first. Okay, so this is going to go into this part right here. So this thing will need a 3/4 inch wrench. Let me go ahead and do it on the other side too. So what you can do is you can actually put this rubber bushings here, okay, and do it also on the other side. And once you do that, you can slide it right here. Make sure this is on top of this, okay? And put the screws back in. Okay, so once you put this thing in, your next step will be to install the top handle. And basically you just want to put it right here. And you can use the screws that's provided in the package. So you have this three right here, okay? This screw right here goes inside this from the back. And then this washer goes on this side. And then you just lock it like this. Okay, so you can always remove this when you are storing this item. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it also on the other side. Once you have the handle installed, your next step will be to grab your throttle cable and switch. Okay, so this is the throttle that will adjust your speed, and what you want to do is just remove this part right here. And then you can install it to the position that you are more comfortable with. The manual didn't really tell you where to install it, but the picture actually is positioned like this. Okay, so when you install it this way, when it's straight up, you're on the throttle is in the closed position, and when you push it down, it goes faster. Okay, I think I'm more comfortable installing it this way because I can have a better handle of it. So I'm gonna put it like this. Since I put it on this side, when I push this thing that way, it goes faster. When this is straight up, it's closed. Okay. So the package also gave you 2 zip ties so you can organize this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it right here. Okay, so what I did is I placed the throttle lever here, and I used a zip tie to tie it there, and also I rerouted it right here and just tie it up here so that it doesn't touch any of the engine when it gets hot. Okay, so the next step before you even start this is to add oil and gasoline. Okay, so let me show you where to add the oil. So if you look in the front, you have an oil axis here, but you also have one in the back. I'm not sure why they have 2 axes right here, but they're both for the oils. According to the manual, you wanted to use an SAE30 oil, a 10W20 or a 10W30. So according to the manual, if the ambient temperature in your area is between 40 degree and 120 degree Fahrenheit, you can use an SAE30. If you're -15 to +40 degree Fahrenheit, you can use an SAE 20, and if your temperature is below 15 degree Fahrenheit, you can use a 10W 30. Since my area doesn't really go down 40 degree, I can use my existing SAE 30 that I also use for my chainsaw. So this is the SAE 30 motor oil, and I'm gonna be using this funnel and put it right here. Hopefully I have access to it. Okay, so if not, you can always go to the front side. So I guess for this one I need to go to the front because I don't have proper access from the back. For this, I'm just gonna go ahead and put some oil. According to the manual, I can put in 350 ml to 400 ml. And according to the manual, you want to measure oil, and it has to be between these two line right here, okay? And you don't want to screw it on when you measure the oil. So you basically just want to dip it like this and check the oil level. So right now my oil level is in the low, so I can add more oil right now. Let me go ahead and check it again. I am now halfway, so let me go add a little more so I'll be on the high level. Okay, so I'm now on the high level, so let me go ahead and close this. Okay, so after you add the oil, it's time for you to add some fuel. So the fuel goes here on top. Go ahead and open it up. And you can see here, this thing comes with a filter too. So let me show you this. Okay, and here you see that it has like a fuel level right there. So when you fill it up, just make sure that you don't go over that level up there. Okay, so let me go put this thing back on. So to put the fuel cap back in, you want to align this two notch right there to this notch here. Okay, so you just go like this. You want to push it on and then twist it, okay, until it locks. Okay, so now you can pull it out. Okay, so before you use the product, make sure that you remove the vent hole cover. So if you look over here in the front, let me go make that bigger. Okay, it says here that the vibrator box have been oiled. So this is the vibrator box. So basically when they package this, they put a cover on the vent hole. So the vent hole is to prevent this from building too much pressure as it vibrates. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this thing, and if you look right here, you're going to see, let me go put the camera closer there. So if you look here, you're going to see that there is a kind of like a rubber band, a thick rubber band. You want to move that and expose the hole. Okay, so you can leave it like that, so you can put it back on when you are transporting the item, because this is like I think this is like a silicone, so it should be heat resistant. So you can see here I have some oil in there. This box right here is actually using a 10W30 motor oil. Okay, so if you lose some oil here, so you don't have to do that right now, because when they ship it already have oil in it. If you have to put oil in here, you can put in 10 to 15 ml according to the manual by opening this plug right here, and you can also drain it by removing this plug right here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start it. So the first thing you want to look at is this engine switch right here, so you have an off and on position. So let me just show that to you. So you want to turn this to the on position. Okay, so that is located right there. Second, you want to make sure that your choke is in the closed position. So this is if you are starting from a cold engine, okay? If your engine is already warm, let's say you've been using it and then you take a quick rest and then you came back to use it again, you want this to be at least in the half on position or in the full on position, okay? But for now, since this is a cold engine, we're going to put it in the closed position. And then right here, according to the manual, you want the throttle to be 1/3 on. So if you look here, I place it like this. So this is all the way close. This thing have 6 notches. So 1/3, I'm gonna leave it into basically second notch. Okay. So you have this to the second notch position. The choke is closed, and then you have the engine to the on position. And of course, you want to make sure that you have gas and you have put an oil into your engine, okay? Now, once you start your engine, you want to open the choke position to around half and put it into the full position, okay? So to start it, you want to use this recoil starter. So what you want to do first is you want to pull it until you feel the resistance, okay? And then you just pull it swiftly, and then you want to guide it as it returns back, okay? You don't just let it go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. This thing is gonna be loud after I start it. So now that it's started, I'm gonna wanna turn this on a little. So after you start it, you want it to run for about 3 to 5 minutes to warm it up. And then after that, you can turn the choke position to fully on, okay? Now, if you want to do an emergency stop, all you need to do is turn this switch to the off position. But if it's not an emergency, what you want to do is turn this all the way close. And then leave it for about 3 minutes. After that, you can turn off this switch. I hope that you found this video helpful to you. Please help my channel by clicking the like and the subscribe button. And thank you for watching.